As UFC 306 at the Sphere in Las Vegas draws closer, tensions have reached a boiling point for the main event fighters Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili. Following the conclusion of the main event, Merab has been calling for a street fight with O'Malley's head coach, Tim Welch. The animosity was palpable when the two fighters faced off during a promo shoot.
Bro, I was so pissed when I see the whatever.
If you have a problem with him, you can take it up with him. He'll fight you. If that's what you want, he'll do it. He's not.
Why we don't fight?
You said you were on to fight him. He didn't say he wanted to fight you.
His face, but now
I dare you
I don't
to
want
do
to
it.
miss
I
our
think you should.
fight.
After the fight, you should try to smack his face. You should definitely try that.
Yes.
That'd be funny. You should try that.
Like it's about bro, it's not about who's stronger and who's heavyweight or whatever. I'm talking about shit fights. You know?
Yeah, you can street fight him.
Yeah,
I'd love to
that's
see
it,
that.
that's
Yeah,
it.
you'll die. You want to die? Is that what you're saying? He'll kill you. There's a reason there's weight classes. They're not.
We see what happened with Mokaev and Manel Cap, and then they get in the octagon, and then it's just meh. Do all of these squaring up outside the thing when you man are still gonna fight anyway, like especially when you're getting so close to your fight week and stuff like that. Do you think it's needed in the fight game to keep the fight, I don't know, anticipate, to give people anticipation, if you like, or should we just wait for the fight and when whatever happens in the cage is what we get? I mean, what's your take on all of that?
It definitely adds to it for the fans. That's why Muhammad Mokaev and Manel Cap, like, so that build up during fight week, the kickoff at the hotel, all of it was building the hype up. So much so that when we got into the arena, they put out an announcement saying that Manel Cap and Muhammad Mokaev have now been moved back to the prelims. Whether it was a whole ploy from the get-go to get bums on seats from the start and get people into the arena or not, I don't know. But at the same time, people were engaged. People were excited for that fight. But then it played out the way that it did. So I'm all for it. But back it up when you get in there. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, these brothers don't really like each other that much. Merab is putting out content left, right, and center that's surely going to be getting on Sugar Sean's tits. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to start getting annoyed by some of this. Like, gotta be. So when they get in there, I want to see that same energy. I don't want to see what we've seen with Mokaev and Manel Cap. I just don't want to see that because that was shocking. Like, honestly, that was like, it ruined the night. Like, it ruined it. Like, everybody was expecting this absolute war. They were going for each other before it started, and then it started and it just fell flat on its face. You're muted, brother. You're muted, brother.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, sorry, I was just listening to a message there from Luke Michael. Sorry about that, people. So coming to I'll come to you with this one, Yao. The thing for me, looking at this, obviously I did ask the question that is it something that maybe we could start doing away with, and whatever we get in the cage is what we get in the cage. But then Magdalene's absolutely right. For the fans, the build-up is great because it gives us something to anticipate and watch. And we've seen it work when there's been argy-bargy before the fight. We've seen it work when there's been bad blood before the fight. It happened with Khabib and Conor, and they got straight to it. Like, them man, there was like on-site business. We've seen it with Dustin and Conor. Them man, they got to it. That fight went boring. They threw down. We saw it with Usman, Colby Covington. Them man, they talk some bad stuff all the way to the fight. They didn't even shoot one takedown. Them two got right to it. They got in the paint. They got in the pocket. But with this one, obviously, it was disappointing, and we'll get to the Mokaev situation and Manel Cap and what Dana said in the press conference in Mokaev. But I want to get your perspective on, you know, the whole build up and the craziness that goes before it. You know what I mean? Is this something that we should really be keeping hold of?
I think I want to shout out to UFC 304 for entertaining back moments. Now, I'm not sure if you saw the clip of when Bilal Muhammad and Leon Edwards had an engagement in an elevator, and Tom Aspinall was there, and he's like, "Oh, what's all the drama?" And in that clip, we just saw Alexa Grasso in the back being shocked
Yep.
by the engagement by Merab and Sean O'Malley. Now, with regards to big fight build-ups, let's just say that's literally what the wrestling industry is made of. If we look at WWE, it's literally made of acting before the fight, which is never really that great because we know exactly what's going to happen in the wrestling. So I think, yeah, build-ups are key to what they're trying to put out as a product. They're not just putting out great fighters, otherwise you're watching one championship. This is an entertainment and a martial arts business. So they do need the entertainment factor. So I think it was great. But like McDane said, at least when you get to the cage, back it up. Let's have a real fight. So I'm not too sure why Kape and Mukaev didn't really bring it to the octagon. I don't really know. I mean, it was kind of strange that they ended up in that little dance that they did. But then again, with regards to Kape, I mean, he broke his toe in the first round, so maybe that's what put him on the back foot. But Mukaev, maybe he was just proving a point to say, "Oh, you think I'm a boring fighter? Let me be boring in my last fight since you're cutting me anyway. Let me not take a chance. I'm gonna get injured." So yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that's a nice segue to the Mokaev topic that I wanted to get you guys' take about, because we saw in the press conference with Dana White, after him being in a bad mood with the card and the way the card played out, and he's paid more bonuses for how the card played. Dana White was in a bad mood, and I thought, oh, he found a perfect scapegoat to take it out on. Since if you're gonna give my staff, my security guys, so much trouble before the fight, all the hotels that are paid for you guys, you are going to give all these guys trouble when it comes to delivering the product in the cage, and you don't want to do it, I'm going to fire you. He fired Mokaev right there on the spot in the press conference, telling him he can go to PFL and these other places. Good luck to him. They're going to have a 7-0. Great fighter. McDane, when you're listening to that, and obviously we heard what Mokaev said in the center of the octagon after he won, that I wanted to go for the title, and would everybody like to see him, go for a run on the title, not knowing, unbeknownst to him, that he's going to be getting fired. Now, do you think like what they were saying is why he got fired? Because there's been rumors. I don't know if you heard some of the rumors that was negotiating some deals with PFL is why he got fired, or his style was boring is why he got fired. What do you make of all of that stuff and why he got fired?
Until we get like
just for his fighting style.
Until we get legit reasons. Like, so the first thing I assume is his fighting style, and then I put a post up on Twitter just before I left. Like, so Finish got away from the arena, seen that he'd been dropped or not re-signed, which is essentially cut anyway, because who's not re-signing somebody that's on a 7-fight win streak within the promotion? You know what I mean, with 4 finishes in those 7 fights. You know what I mean, like he had more than 50% of his fights were finishes. So like the boring point never made sense to me, especially then when you then compare it to other grapplers. Like, and I'm not comparing fighters mirror for mirror, but you then look at Islam, you look at Khabib, you look at Bilal. Bilal literally just won a world title fight with a similar style of grappling. You know what I mean? Pressure and take him down, pressure and take him down, pressure and take him down if you can get the submission. With not much striking in there from the likes of Bilal. But again, I'm not going into it that deep, just from a sole base of looking at it from a grappling perspective. The boring fight style never made sense to me because it's not boring to everybody. Yeah, it's not as entertaining.
If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget, we do our Dust Off Shakedown every Wednesday, 9 p.m. UK time. Don't miss it.